Hey, welcome back everybody. Thank you so much for dropping by. And today, collagen part 1 out of 2. Yeah, I'm separating this video in two because there's a lot of material to cover. What did we cover so far? We covered four types of protein video. How much protein do we require per day depending on our age, size, and so on and so forth, our body weight. Two, what type of protein is there? What's a complete protein? Where do we find complete proteins? And we take all the categories of food and so on, and we put them together to try to combine to get a complete protein. And why is it so important to get a complete protein? Then I covered energy bars and I covered the different types of protein powders out there. We know that collagen by itself is a protein, but the amino acids doesn't make it a complete protein. And we're going to cover that. So let's take a look of why collagen. It's no secret as we age, our chondrocyte cells start to decrease. And what's a byproduct of that? Our skin, our cartilage don't function as well. Our skin's not as flexible as before. Here's a little picture that you probably remember that you've seen before. One of our skin where the collagen is, the hyaluronic acid is. Most studies out there demonstrate that collagen does support many functions and different facets of our bodies in different ways. And it's no surprise why today there's so many companies out there rushing to get in the collagen space if they're not there already. It's like all the natural products out there. None of them is usually mandated by the World Health Organization. So to me, it looks like the free West and everyone that wants a piece of the action is running to get a share of those $1 billion. So how do we go to choose and who do we trust? How do we determine if I need collagen or not? Stick around. I'll try to decipher all this, put it in a simple format for you as much as possible, and we'll look at if you require it or not. So guys, you know the drill. Subscribe. It does help this channel grow and share with others. If you like what you've seen, hit that like button and then hit that bell button and select all notifications. So whenever I decide, sometimes it varies from 2 days, 3, a week, 2, 3 weeks, if you've probably seen this summer, as I have time to put another video. I do my best. So without any ado, even if collagen is not a complete protein, it's got its own set of amino acids. But I heard it so many times, and I got this question so many times. Is it good for muscle building? There'd be more questions out there. Which one's good for my skin or what? But this one seems to come back a lot more. Is it? It doesn't have the essential amino acids, so it probably is not good for my muscles. Is it or is it not? Well, are they wrong or are they not? Let's take a look. As we know, collagen has those amino acids that will repair and help our soft connective tissues, in our muscle fibers. That's what, like a muscle fiber, it's what circles around the muscle fiber itself. It's what you call the connective tissue. And especially in those satellite cells, which it's called satellite stem cells now. It'll help repair, help them double to be able to repair each other and bind and cement or fuse or even glue, if you want to call it that way. Well, we should, because the Greek word meaning for collagen is glue. So let's take a look, okay? I know you're going to say, you're telling me this, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Let's take a look, and here's a video that I did, small little videos, and I drew this by hand. This is how our muscles look like. This is how muscle fibers start to look like. And let's select one big muscle fiber for an example. Let's use the bicep. Then let's cut it. Like, let's say we cut it. This is a quick drawing that I did. Let's cut it in half. These would be all the muscle fibers within. Then if you stretch them out, you have what you call fascicles. They're just smaller muscle fibers. And within them, there's even smaller muscle fibers, which, if you keep going and keep reducing it, they become microfibers. So yeah, let's enlarge and take a look at that. This is your microfibers. Now, all around those microfibers is the what I'm talking about, the connective tissues. And these little dots that you see, those are all your stem cells, which are really called satellite cells, if you want to name it that way. Both is good. What happens is you run a marathon or you do some heavy weight training. What happens with these microfibers, these very small ones? There's always some torn or tear in them. What do the stem cells do? They start dividing. They're like on your microfibers waiting. And as soon as there's damage, they start dividing and they start getting into action. So they start repairing your microfiber. And what happens with this after, when it starts, what happens when we grow muscle, when we add muscles, the possibility of adding another microfiber on top and being developed by the protein that you eat every day, your essentials, starts getting one on top of each other, and it's cemented or it's glued to the other one. If this wasn't a process because of collagen, your microfibers and your muscles would be like all over the place. They wouldn't have substance. This is like the glue putting them all together and making them stick together. So that said, collagen makes up what, 30% of all the total protein in your body. I'd say it's pretty much most abundant protein in our body. But as for muscle, it makes up for about 10% of your muscle mass. Could you imagine no collagen at all? Remove 10% of your muscle mass? I can't even imagine losing 10% of my mass of muscles. It's like, no way. Since protein seems to be all over the place. Listen, it's in your bones, it's in your spinal disc, connective tissues, ligaments, tendons, blood vessels, and your skin, and especially your skin. When we're talking about your skin, we're talking about 70 to 80% of the dry weight of all your skin made out of collagen. Here's an interesting fact. I just want to throw that out there because I found this so interesting. As I was researching Alzheimer, because we were in a discussion with part of families and friends of the different stages of Alzheimer's, because everybody has Alzheimer's in their family, and we also have some people. I was trying to take a look at what are the different factors and the different levels of them, but I came onto a case study that showed that collagen reduced the beta amyloid plaque buildup in some Alzheimer patients that affects our neurotransmitters. I'm saying this, slowly to make sure I got this properly, but basically, Alzheimer's patients, they have this beta amyloid plaque that covers their neuron. I'll show you a picture here. I'll draw another picture and I'll put it there. And that plaque covers the neuron, which blocks the signal and causes the neurons to starve after a while and they just die away. There's a lot more to it, obviously. But I'm throwing this in because it was found that the collagen acts as a buffer to stop the plaque from forming or building over your neurons. And you know what? I'm not going to go more into that, because obviously I'm not saying that collagen should be used as a medication. I'm not a doctor. I'm just like a science nerd that has been studying for 20 years this kind of stuff and just reads what's there and throws it out back to you in a simple format. But that fact, I had to put it out there because I found that so interesting, and wow, it's a whole new direction that I don't know if they're going to be taking, but I'm going to keep my ears and eyes open on that one. So basically, your 30% of your daily protein intake should come from collagen protein itself. And now I don't see anybody mowing on a bone or eating the cartilage of a chicken, which is like the highest factors of collagen. Let's take a look. Where can we find collagen in our food? Well, bone broth, okay, which is pretty high. The skin of a chicken, yes, cooked, not raw. And even cooked, it's something I never ate. I'm not really into that. Even chicken cartilage, just no way. You know, I don't eat that either. I'm one who doesn't eat it. Skin of the fish. Every time I eat my fish, I remove the skin, I throw it away, and I eat the fish. I never eat the skin. And as we start lowering more and more, egg whites, that I do eat. I do eat eggs. You know, some organ meats will have some collagen, and then as we go even lower, there's veggies, legumes, but the amount is so low. So basically, do you see yourself eating 2 servings a day of bone broth and or skin chicken? Not. North American people have less than 1 gram per day of consumption in the collagen. So if you're losing some, where do you find it? Where do you go get it? We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. So the collagen itself, as you take it, you know, from your food, it's not absorbed like one big molecule at a time. It's like everything. Your liver has to break it down into the different protein molecules, which, remember what we talked in the previous videos, which are called amino acids. They could combine these amino acids into 1, 2, or maybe 3 chains because that's all your liver could handle at a time. But another interesting fact, after studying this so much to make sure that I had all the key factors in there, I found out a study that zinc and copper is very important in your diet to make better absorption of collagen, and vitamin C. Vitamin C is one of the most important. Why? Well, it's essential for production of collagen. More collagen we eat, more our body, for just perfect status, will help and create more collagen. And it supports formation of hydroxyproline, which is just another amino acid, but is required, is part of the collagen. So that's interesting. Eat more collagen, create more collagen, and get a balance of it. Great the way our body works sometimes. Take a look at it that way. Well, the most common types on the market right now are collagen peptide powders. Here's one. Okay, hopefully you could see it properly. Okay, and bone broth, a lot of that around, and gelatin. But these sources are partially hydrolyzed and not always broken down to be absorbed properly by our body. Jean, what do you mean peptides, hydrolyzed? Collagen peptides like amino acids, but in longer chain, some shorter chain. And what I mean is these are broken down and hydrolyzed. Hydrolyzed. Where do you see that? You'll see it almost on every bottle. There you go. Hopefully you could see that. Let me get it really close so it's focused. Okay. If it didn't, when I play back this video, I'll put a picture of it. So again, what does hydrolyze mean? Well, hydrolyze means what they do is before they put the collagen in there, they break it down and they hydrolyze it to make sure that all the amino acids are separated as much as possible. So when it hits your body or you intake it, it's absorbed right away and it's bioavailable for your body. That's what I mean is like some of these, if I go back, bone broth or gelatin, they're not totally hydrolyzed. So your body has to work for it, then separate it. Your liver has to work, separating those amino acids. And whenever the liver does it, there's always some loss, as much as if you would have it right away available for you. So that's basically what it means, Key factors that I have to put out there. What's our collagen loss? At what age? 20 years old, you already lost 1.5%. At 40, you already lost 25%. Those people start 35, 40, depending on how much you want to take care of their skin. Your ladies out there, put a lot of creams or whatever if you want to take care of your skin, but you have to take care of the inside, which I will get to in a minute. And at 60 and over, like me, we already lost 50% of our collagen. So if I don't look at it on towards the skin level, but I look at it on if I do my workouts and I want to gain muscle, I only have 50% of that collagen helping me out to glue my extra microfibers of muscles growing. That's not enough for me. So, I have started to supplement on collagen because we know those chondrocyte cells decrease as we age. It's all part of, getting old. We all heading there. But, this is when you start seeing wrinkles, when you start losing your collagen, your joints start to hurt, pain in your knees. Yeah, there's a lot more to the pain on your joints because several factors out there, inflammation that may come from food and so on. We'll get to that in a minute. Overtraining and so on. So, but if you have enough collagen to replenish your cartilage will not dry up as fast and will be more flexible and you'll have less pain. As you see, inflammation will cause restriction to circulation, then circulation doesn't get into your cartilage, and what happens, it starts to get rigid and tighter, and your cartilage is not as flexible as before and starts to hurt as you're walking. So collagen will keep that flexibility in there and try to maintain it to be, for the circulation to get through. Don't forget, if you start to take collagen, you won't see results for at least 2 or 3 months. It's a slow process, but it gets there. What are some of the damaging the skin damage factors? Okay, we've looked at that in oxidization with water. There's the sun, UVA, UVB radiation, air pollution, smoke, stress, which will cause cortisol levels to go up. Poor diet, sugar, which causes the glycation effects, like the same thing you would see your onions in a pan, which you're cooking, oxidization. And the worst one is alcohol. Those would probably be some of the key factors to damage your skin. So guys, I try to keep this as quick as possible and short as possible. I'm going to be covering the second part later, maybe today or tomorrow. Stick around, and then I will go into all the different types of collagens out there. And I stopped counting at 28, but I'm not going to cover them all, trust me. And if you like what you've seen, you found this interesting, please do like and share the love. Help out somebody who's looking at doing something for the skin or something, that they're starting to have pain for their joints. Okay, so have a good day, everyone.